This video is going to be an introduction to arrays, which is going to be useful as we get into more complicated coding projects down the line. So what is an array? An array can be thought of as a list of things. They can store numbers, words, variables, objects, and much more. When we're talking about how to create an array, you create them like you would a variable. So var space empty equals, and then just nothing inside of the square brackets would create a list called empty that stores nothing. Whereas var list equals, and then in the square brackets 2, 5, 3, 4, creates a list called list that stores those numbers, 2, 5, 3, and 4. Each item in an array has both an index and a value. The index is the position in the array starting at 0, and the value is the object stored at that position. So taking a look at the array list that we created, we can see that each number has an index and a value, depending on where in the list it is found. To get an item out of an array, we would say var space and then give our variable a name equals the array's name, and then in square brackets, the index. So remember, we have our indexes and our values. So for example, if I use var list, and then I say equals in the square brackets, the same numbers that we used before, and then I create a new variable called x and make it equal list, and then in square brackets 2, that's the index. So that would be 3 because it goes 0, 1, 2, and we can see that number 3 is there. To get the number of items in the array, we would use the form array name, period, length. So for example, if we use our same array as before, we can say var x equals list dot length, because list is the name of our array, and that would mean that x equals 4 because there are 4 numbers within the array.